The first thing I will need to talk to you about is prior to you applying, then you have to make sure that you meet the admission requirements. And the admission requirements can be, for each program, can be found on our website. And you can use the link here, written here on this page. And then when you have visited the website and read about the different programs, if you're in doubt whether you meet the admission requirements, then please don't hesitate to contact the student counseling or the admission office. Okay, then when you apply at our school, there's some documentation that you need to attach. And the first thing you need to attach is a copy of your qualifying exam and a transcript of your grade. And we need to see a copy of the original diploma in your original language, when you need to see it translated into English or Danish. And the translation must be made by an official institution. And this could be your university or similar institution. And each page need to be stamped and signed. If you haven't yet finished your qualifying exam, then you need, when you apply, you need to upload a transcript of grades, and you need to do this before the 3rd of June. Then when you have passed your final exam and you have received your qualifying diploma, you need to upload it on our website no later than the 5th of July. And once again, we need to see your qualifying exam. We need to see it in the original language and also translate it into English or Danish. Then you also need to meet our English, the requirements for our English qualifications. So you need to submit an English test when you apply. And if you haven't yet taken an English test, then you need to upload a copy of a booking of an English test. And this also has to be before the 3rd of June. And then when you have passed your English test with the required score, then you need to upload the test results on our website no later than the 5th of July. And then if someone else is applying on your behalf, you need to fill in a power of attorney form, which can be found on our website, and you need to upload that along with your application. I have to say, if you're a student at Cphbusiness, then you don't need to document your qualifying exam, because we already got all the information on you that we need. It's important for me to say that students at Cphbusiness apply on equal terms with all other applicants. So just to be quite clear, this means that CPH students do not have any preferential status in the application process. Okay, and just want to show you an overview of the English test that we accept at our school. So if you have taken a high school in Denmark, then you need to have Danish level B in English with a weighted average grade of minimum 3.0, or Danish level E in English with a weighted average grade of minimum 2.0. But if you're holding an AP degree taught wholly in English from a Danish educational institution, then you're exempt from submitting documentation to prove your English qualifications. Okay, and this information, of course, can be found on our website. This was the documentation that you needed to attach. Then there's a lot of documentation that you could choose to attach. Just have to press a lot of buttons here. Okay, the first thing is, I'd strongly recommend you to write a motivational letter, and write a motivational letter for each priority that you apply for. Then you can also choose to attach documentation for work experience. And the requirements are, for instance, you can attach payslips from the employment period. So you just attach the first and the last payslip for the employment period, or you can attach recommendation letters. But just to be quite clear, employment contracts or curriculum vitae are not accepted as a documentation for work experience. Then you could choose to attach documentation for volunteer experience, and this has to be with a minimum duration of 3 months. You could also attach documentation for traveling abroad, again with a minimum duration of 3 months, and you can document with this with the boarding passes or with stamps in your passport. You could also choose to attach documentation from military service or au pair work. I have to say that only employment and activities you have participated in after having been admitted to the qualifying degree program will count. So this means that if you have any activities prior to you starting on your qualifying degree program, then it won't be assessed. Then I have to say, which is very important, if you have any doubts whether you've fulfilled the requirements for your documentation, then please go to our website before you apply, because it's important for me to say that we only press, if some documentation is missing to your application, then we only press for documentation regarding your qualifying exam and subject specific requirements. This could be your English test. So for instance, if you haven't lived up to our requirements on how to document your work experience, then we won't press for it and it won't be assessed. So please go to our website and read thoroughly through all the information there. Okay. Then when you are ready to apply, then you need to go to our website, go to our application guide, and you just follow the steps through the application guide. And here, once again, if you have any doubt, there's a lot of information that you just can read. And in the end of the application guide, there's this yellow button saying apply now, and you press that, and then you go to our application form. And this is where you fill out your personal information and you choose which programs you want to apply for. You can only apply for 2 priorities. And then the end of the application, in the application form, this is where you upload your documents. And it's important for me to say, and I will say this a lot of times, when you start the application process, be sure that you use the same email address all the way through. Okay, once you have applied, you will receive an email from us to Cphbusiness applicant net. And the applicant net is where all future communication between Cphbusiness and you will take place. So for instance, if the admission office needs for you to send additional documentation to your application, we will write to you in the application applicant net. This is also, if you're offered a study place at the school, this is also where you will receive that admission letter. And this is also where you need to confirm or reject the offer of a study place. And once again, when you create your profile at the applicant net, please use the same email address as the one you used when you applied. Okay, and here you can see the different application deadlines. The application deadline is at Thursday, the 3rd of June at 12 noon, and you will receive a response to your application at Thursday, the 1st of July. Okay, so this was kind of a short run through the admission process. So I'll just do a bit of headlining here and give you a piece of advice. The first is, once you have applied, you can revisit our application form, which means that if you have to upload additional documentation to your application, then you need to go to our website instead. And there's an upload facility there where you just type in your name and your email address. Again, the same email address, and you can upload your documentation. Then, as we talked about, it's important that we receive a copy of your final exam in the original language, but also translated into English or Danish. And we need to receive that no later than the 5th of July. Then again, we also need to see an English test from you or a booking hereof. And we need to see the final score of your English test no later than the 5th of July. Then remember that only documented experience counts. So please go to our website and check out the requirements for the documentation. And then finally, remember to write a motivational letter and write one for each priority that you apply for. Okay, and then if you need to get in contact with the admission office, you can contact us on an email address, or you can contact us by telephone. And we have business hours every day from 9 to 12. All communication from us to you will be via the applicant net. So please make sure that you regularly check your email during the whole application process and until where you receive the answer on the 1st of July. And also make sure that you check your spam filter, because maybe some of the mails from us will go there. So I think we'll finish up for now and say thanks to you all. So have a nice day.